Good evening, everyone. My name is Joshua Davis, and I did graduate from Hahn back in 2011. Hahn is an NYC outward-bound school located in East Flatbush, Brooklyn. At Hahn, I experienced a lot of incredible things, but maybe most importantly, I learned what it means to have a crew. In fact, I'm still friends with some of my crew today. The importance of having a crew might be the biggest takeaway of my high school experience. Knowing I'm not alone and that I'm part of something much larger than myself has helped me become the confident, successful person I am today. You see, the NYC Outward Bound Schools experience is not like any other and is different from most New York City public schools. Let me tell you about my senior expedition project. At Hahn, they are a graduation requirement similar to a senior thesis. My senior expedition was actually inspired by the summer before my senior year in high school, when I was interning at a local state senator's office. I remember working an event with the senator. 2 police officers gave a lecture about how in certain communities, young men of color are more likely to go to jail than to graduate from high school. These officers offered some reasons for this statistic: poverty, lack of access to early education, and positive male role models. They called this the prison-to-school pipeline. I left that presentation so perplexed, discouraged, hopeless, and kind of ashamed. You see, I was poor and black and a young man. And that summer when my grandfather died, I lost my top role model. Were these officers talking about me? That hopelessness stayed with me all summer long. I was at a loss. I kept asking myself, is this true? How did this happen? Who's going to change it? Isn't this absurd? Sometimes society makes it hard for a person, especially young men, to be vulnerable, to ask for, and ask for help. I knew that from personal experience, but I also knew that when you're part of a crew that supports you, it is much easier to feel okay with uncertainty and to have the confidence to find a solution. So, I went to my principal in the middle of August before school started. By the way, what kid you know go back to school during the summer if they don't have to? We talked it through. My principal, Matt Brown, pointed out that the knowledge and skills I picked up throughout my high school career could be valuable to incoming freshmen who normally would be nervous, lost, confused, and scared. Like me, many of the freshmen at Hahn didn't have a male role model. And I suddenly realized I could be that for them. I could be that big brother, friend, and even a mentor. And selfishly, I thought by helping others find their way, I might be able to find my own. So I told my principal, for my senior expedition project, I want to launch a mentorship program. I want to prevent any of my crew or younger students coming up from falling into this school-to-prison pipeline. The mentorship program would be simple. My senior crew and I would hang out with freshmen during lunch or after school and share our experiences with them, focusing on how to navigate and excel during their high school career. You see, I figured if the students knew the ins and outs of school, they wouldn't get lost or be confused, which would give them the confidence in the classroom and a sense of direction, someone to hold them accountable to. And guess what? It worked. Attendance went up and grades were generally higher because the message was genuine and clear. You are expected to do the best that you can do to graduate, but sometimes you don't have to do it alone. Plus, oh no, I said that already. My senior expedition was a success, not only because it transformed our school and made it safer for students like me to ask for help, but ultimately succeed, but because it taught me how to identify a solution when I see a problem. It taught me how to create and manage a program, a skill I still use today. And it reinforced the strength of crew, the confidence that comes from knowing that someone's got your back, and the character you're gained by knowing you have theirs too. Because of my work creating this mentorship program, I was awarded the 2011 Gala Scholarship, and I attended Medgar Evers College. Thank you. That's where I received my Bachelor's of Science in Public Administration. At Medgar Evers College, I discovered that men of color aren't graduating from college either. So I brought the mentoring program to the college through the CUNY's Black Male Initiative and worked in the Male Development Empowerment Center. There we focus on retention by building a culture and community, basically a version of Crew, that provided a safe space for young men to get the resources they needed to successfully graduate from college. Now I'm heading to law school and I'm working, thank you. And I'm working for the Center of Integrated Training and Education, where I hope to ensure a productive and cohesive experience for students from their first class through to their alumni years. And guess what? I love what I'm doing. I'm going to ask you for a second to close your eyes. Go ahead. Close your eyes for a second and imagine all the students today who are without a crew, who are sitting in that classroom lost because what they're learning doesn't relate to them, who aren't challenged and supported to do their very best. But now, imagine a city where the students are empowered to go ask for help, for the help they need, and are encouraged to create solutions. Imagine a city where the focus is not only on getting A's, but making sure everyone has a support system around them. Imagine a senior expedition project introduces a student to a passion they didn't know they had, which led them towards a career path they didn't know existed, and turns out they love. NYC Outward Bound Schools empower students to achieve more than they thought possible. It challenges students to push beyond their comfort zone, to be leaders as well as followers. So I ask you today to donate to NYC Outward Bound Schools to help students like me, Jasmine, Jamie, and Elise, all across New York City schools, receive the education they deserve. Tonight, we are trying to raise at least $100,000 in just 10 minutes. Let me give you some perspective and to help you understand what a good investment you'll be making. It only takes a contribution of $350 to provide one student with the full range of services and supports provided by NYC Outward Bound Schools each year. That includes one, professional learning for teachers, support to students in helping them get to and through college, as well as character building and leadership development programs for students. That means a pledge of $350. $350 will cover the costs associated with one student for a whole year. Your $3,500 pledge will cover 10 students for a whole year. Your $10,000 pledge will ensure that an entire classroom has access to the rigorous hands-on learning, college support, and so much more that NYC Outward Bound Schools offers. And any amount you can give will make a huge difference for students and throughout the NYC Outward Bound Schools network. You can donate using your mobile device. Open the text we've just sent you or hit that donate button on your home screen. We just sent the text. If you're confused, bidding directions are in your booklet, and our circulating staff can help too. If you prefer to bid the old-fashioned way, there are donation cards on the table that you can turn into our staff. Come on, guys, we got 10 minutes. Can we do this? Let's do this.